A king is sometimes obliged to commit crimes, but they are the crimes of his position. A leader is a dealer in hope. History is written by winners. A throne is only a bench covered with velvet. A true man hates no one. A true man of honor feels humbled himself when he cannot help humbling others. A woman laughing is a woman conquered. Ability is nothing without opportunity. An army marches on its stomach. China is a sleeping giant. Let her sleep, for when she wakes she will move the world. A prince should suspect everything. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. He who is not afraid of death will be master of his enemies. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Greatness is nothing unless it be lasting. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. I am sometimes a fox and sometimes a lion. The whole secret of government lies in knowing when to be the one or the other. I have made all the calculations. Fate will do the rest. I have made war my profession, and yet I know that war is an evil. I know he's a good general, but is he lucky? I saw the crown of France laying on the ground, so I picked it up with my sword. If I were to give liberty to the press, my power could not last 3 days. If you build an army of 100 lions and their leader is a dog, in any fight, the lions will die like a dog. But if you build an army of 100 dogs and their leader is a lion, all dogs will fight like a lion. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. Imagination rules the world. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap. In the eyes of empire builders, men are not men but instruments. In war, as in love, it is always best to ask for forgiveness than permission. In war, one must lean on an obstacle in order to overcome it. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. Men are moved by 2 levers only: fear and self-interest. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. One must change one's tactics every 10 years if one wishes to maintain one's superiority. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. Religious wars are basically people killing each other over who has the better imaginary friend. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. Simpletons talk of the past, wise men of the present, and fools of the future. 6 hours sleep for a man, 7 for a woman, and 8 for a fool. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in. The art of government is not to let me grow stale. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. The first virtue in a soldier is endurance of fatigue. Courage is only the second virtue. The fool has one great advantage over a man of sense: he is always satisfied with himself. The greatest danger occurs at the moment of victory. The only victory over love is flight. The only way to lead people is to show them a future. A leader is a dealer in hope. The reason most people fail instead of succeed is they trade what they want most for what at the moment. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. The surest way to remain poor is to be honest. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. The word impossible is not in my dictionary. There are only two forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run, the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. There is no such thing as accident. It is fate misnamed. To have a right estimate of a man's character, we must see him in misfortune. Turks can be killed, but they can never be conquered. Victory belongs to the most persevering. War is the business of barbarians. What is history but a fable agreed upon? You don't reason with intellectuals. You shoot them. A leader must be a dealer in hope. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. A throne is only made of wood and covered with velvet. A true man does not ask who is at fault. He fixes the problem. A true man hates no one. A true man loves justice and practices righteousness. A true man never makes an excuse. A true man takes no pleasure in revenge. Ability is nothing without opportunity. An army marches on its stomach. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. I am sometimes a fox and sometimes a lion. The whole secret of government lies in knowing when to be the one or the other. I love power, but it is as an artist that I love it. I love it as a musician loves his violin, to draw out its sounds and chords and harmonies. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap. In war, as in politics, no evil, even if it is permissible under the rules, is excusable unless it is absolutely necessary. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. The first virtue in a soldier is endurance of fatigue. Courage is only the second virtue. The great proof of madness is the disproportion of one's designs to one's means. The only victories which leave no regret are those which are gained over ignorance. There are not those who disagree with you, but those who disagree with you and are too cowardly to let you know. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. The surest way to remain poor is to be honest. The torment of precautions often exceeds the dangers to be avoided. It is sometimes better to abandon one's self to destiny. The word impossible is not in my dictionary. There are only two forces that unite men: fear and interest. To do all that one is able to do is to be a man. To do all that one would like to do is to be a god. To have good soldiers, a nation must always be at war.